What's up, everybody? Brett here, back today for episode 2 of our Battle Brothers Blazing Deserts DLC playthrough. Guys, before we even do anything, let me just say thank you to everyone who's watched, everyone who commented, everyone who liked. All that good YouTube stuff helps me out a ton. I was very happy to see that a lot of you guys who watched the previous series have come back to watch this one. So big shout out to y'all. You guys know who you are. Some of you have been watching my stuff for, I mean, it's been like years now, right? So, huge thank you to you guys. I went ahead and I changed some of the names. I got several name suggestions, and some people, you know, who didn't ask for names. And I was like, you know what? Let's shout these guys out because they've been in the comment section sometimes helping me out, just being supportive. And we're going to try and get those of you who asked for kind of particular builds. I always try to accommodate that type of stuff. Like if you want to be a polearm bro, a hammer bro, if you want to be, you know, a ninja type character, like I try to make that stuff happen if I can within reason. I like to wait until I get a character that's suitable in order to hook you up with the right character. But Striker, you know who you are, man. Striker the Lion. We have here Oz, the low-key badass. Oz has been, I think, in every one of my Let's Plays. So Oz made it back. I felt like it was fitting. Low-key badass is definitely a title that is a placeholder. So as soon as he does something awesome or something like that, or if Oz wants to give me a suggestion, we will hook him up with a new title. We've got Cain the Viper. I think it was Jacob. Jacob wanted Cain the Demon. I don't know if that's... It might take a while to get that, but I thought the Viper was kind of a badass name. And Cain, like Cain the Viper, like that's a dude you don't mess with. So hopefully that's good enough, Jacob. I appreciate you, man. By the way, Jacob writes a lot of cool stuff in the comments. I usually pin his stuff to the top. He does like these funny little stories. And if you go through the trouble to write a good story about our playthroughs, I will definitely... make sure other people see it. So, and that goes for anyone else out there who's ever written fanfic and stuff. I try to pin it to the top so everyone gets a chance to see it. All right, and then we also have Brown the Bear. So Brown, Jeffrey, I appreciate you, man. Usually leave very helpful tips and hints and stuff in the comments, and I do read those. So, and I figured the bear. How can I pass this up? Brown the Bear. So he's gonna be like our sergeant character. We got Big Brown in the front. All right, so. I wanted to clear the record on something real quick. Rainbow Scales and Growth Pearls, 100% just to sell. How do I know that? Well, you know, in the midst of recording the first episode, I just kind of, you know, I don't know, my eyes glossed over and I just forgot things. But you see like where it says can be used to craft items? That's how you know it can be used to craft items. These do not have it, and therefore you are good to sell them. And the prices here, I went ahead and kind of cross-referenced it with my handy-dandy. You can use, I like to use shields. So just for those of you who are newer players perhaps and don't know this, wooden shields cost 100, right? So it's just really easy to do basic math. I have a number in my head. I know it's a good price and I know it's a bad price. And the shields at a standard 100, right? If they sell for 19, that's a great price. Anything above 20 is like an amazing price, but 19 is a great price. So if we want to go ahead and sell these growth pearls, which we will in the rainbow scales, like we're good to go. 500 gold for that. And I like to keep one item in my inventory that's just an even 100. You know, I can do better math. Like some stuff is worth 200, right? And you can easily do that math if you would like. But for me, I'll keep a shield. I'll keep a... is it Jagged Fangs? No. Is it the horns? I think the fangs used to be worth 100 and now they're worth more. So we'll see. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys that tip. It's a little, not a pro tip, but it's just how I keep the math straight in my head. And I wanted to clear the record from yesterday in case there was any type of confusion that was brought on by my own speed with going through a lot of this stuff. So we were going to do this arena here today. Just making sure all this stuff is exactly the same. If there's some new things, I'd like to read it. I just look for the word Aplum. Aplum? I know what it is. Don't judge me. Okay, we shall turn the sand red with blood. 2 serpents. Oh, that's easy mode. I accept. And then we go in here and put on those collars. So, I talked, I think, to Jeffrey about this for a second, or at least I left a comment responding to his concern that we would be paying these guys a fortune, these gladiators. And I wanted to let him know, and let you guys know too, I think one of the dangerous kind of pitfalls of this start, this company origin, is that there is a potential for you to like drive yourself to bankruptcy through your own success. As we level these guys, they become more and more expensive. Their daily wage requirements go up and up. So like this guy costs nothing. These dudes cost 67 a day. Now, are they worth it? Like for now, absolutely. Their armor is great. I mean, their stats are amazing. But there's going to be a tipping point past which it doesn't matter how strong 3 brothers are. There's still only 3 brothers against 20 of something else. So there's going to be this like weird tipping point that we have to make sure that we're not bankrupt when we get to. Okay, the arena. Let's do it. Now, we learned a little bit about the serpents last time. We learned that they will absolutely just pull us forward. I don't know yet what the strategy is in moving towards them. If I step to them now, they can't pull me. But I don't think their pull does anything. I think the right move might actually be to shield wall if their pull doesn't disrupt shield wall. But it probably does, now that I think about that. Maybe the move is just to throw off their movement. Let's see. Let's see if we can do that. We'll just step back 1. Let's see what that does. How does that force them to interact with me? And this is why, guys. This is why we do it. So now I can step in and I can get a hit on the first turn. So that worked out swimmingly. Now, obviously, this is not going to be as good. But we got 1 extra hit in, basically, because of those movements. Come on, whiff. Damn, they hit so hard. Alright, good. Good miss. It's actually a little bit shocking how much damage they do. I kind of want to watch and see what are their serpent uses. I mean, their hits, their chances to hit aren't that great. They're just kind of getting a little bit lucky. We need a bigger sample size before we really can say that. But that's 2 misses, you know. We got him on the ropes. Too easy, right? But someone else was also warning me in the comment section that, you know, every 5th battle, every 5th arena is a more dangerous arena battle that I think, if I remember correctly from all of the updates that they gave us, those battles can provide us with famed loot or pieces of Gladiator gear. That's what I remember reading, but I imagine the battle itself is just way more dangerous. Okay, so now we have $2,000 in the bank. We don't need to buy anything. We're pretty much set for a little while here. Food is good. Everything's good. We could explore. Part of me wanted to grab one of these nomads if we could afford it, but that would put us kind of dangerously low in the coffers. We could sell some of our crafting ingredients, considering we don't even have a taxidermist yet to make use of, and just pick up this nomad here, and he would be our first real ranged character with a sling. He comes with a helmet and a sling. Maybe that is worth something. He comes leveled. That's kind of cool, but he's 34 a day. Let's at least look at him. Let's give him a fair shake. You rarely see a nomad outside his element in the dunes of the southern sands, but Wasai stands, darkly tanned and gritting himself again. But a disastrous ambush, which he was responsible for planning, saw him voted out of his particular tribe. Men who venture the desert wastes are a hardy lot, and Wasi is no different. I'm very tempted to pick him up, and I really wanted to test the new slings. But we don't have any armor to give him. Like, there's a little bit of investment that goes with him. I don't think we should bankrupt ourselves in this particular campaign. There are plenty of times where I'll just pull the trigger, right? If you watch me long enough, you know that I'll just snatch up a character if I want it, and then I'll figure the rest out after. But this time, I don't think that's probably the best policy. And without a contract here, without anything to do really, where are we kind of on the map between east and west? I would imagine maybe there's another city-state here, and maybe there's another city-state here. So what I'm thinking is there's a possibility that I could become stranded with no money and, you know, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So let's, just in case, let's buy an extra stack of rice. And that should be fine. Man, you know what else I've been tempted to do? Just don't judge me, guys. I have been super... Oh my god, they have a handgun. I have been very tempted to grab another one of these fire lances and to get another one of those, the Indebted. But I still don't know if Indebted in this campaign, not in the Manslaver, is that what it is? In that campaign, I know that you cannot get these guys above level 7, but I don't know if that's the case in this campaign. I would love it if someone else knows, if you could clarify that for me. If not, I'm sure in time that'll be posted somewhere and I can read about it. But for now, I don't know. It's kind of a mystery. To me, anyway. I tried really hard not to spoil myself on like other people's playthroughs and stuff. I really want to give you guys my first impressions. I don't mind making mistakes from time to time, you know. Some cutthroats. Are cutthroats level... I think so. I think they're the thug equivalent. So let's fight them. It's nighttime. See what they got. I love that you can use a spear in this at the same time. Let's get him on the high ground. He's the one we should be like the most concerned about his safety, you know. I also want to put him here. He's got the best HP, he's got the best armor, best defensive stats. Let's stick him out just a little bit as bait. I'm curious if they'll come to me. I gotta say, I don't like the AI playing this passive. I really need a ranged character to punish this type of behavior. If they're just gonna spear wall... Wow. I mean, okay, I guess. Let's move in here. I'm going to be very careful with where I position myself. Move in here. I was really hoping to get that high ground. As small of an advantage as it was. Alright, we'll smack him. Went for the stun. I want to get them to line up. There we go. They hit me in my new helmet. Man, not a great start. And we whiff both of those. I wonder if it being nighttime really messed him up. Alright, you're not wearing a shield, buddy. Pocket sand. Doing work. Rusty Shackleford style. These guys are quite annoying. Allowing them to shield wall and all that. If I would have thought that they wouldn't come to me. I'm just so used to playing. I'm going to go for that. Greedy. We had a 10% better chance on him. I'm used to playing with, you know, all my tools at my command. Having the ranged tools that I need. To force the enemies to come to me, but we're not there yet. Okay, we're getting perhaps a little lucky here. Missing like twice with the flame lance felt pretty bad. The problem is we're not killing them fast enough. We're letting them chip us down. And we're not putting the fear of God into these dudes. The Gilder. Fear of the Gilder. The Blue Oyster Cult. Be ready to fly. Don't fear the Gilder. Alright, we're going to need to heal up pretty seriously from this. And the thing is, we don't know where we're going after this. I'm happy that they're spreading the damage around, but this sand business is getting on my nerves. Okay, finally. Let's come up here. I think these two can handle one guy. Perfect. Alright, Kane doesn't have any armor. But he still has an okay HP pool. Nice. One step closer. A little bit better of a surround, a little bit higher chance to do something. Whew! That was way closer than it had to be. And for our trouble, we're going to pick up 2 of the new weapons. A Nomad Mace. Looks kind of like a crappy bludgeon. And then we've also got our first Saif. Just a really low tier kind of sword. But the damage isn't bad, as swords' damages tend to be. They average out higher. It's just their armor piercing and ignoring values tend to be pretty low. But it's very low on fatigue. And the shields I'm happy to get as well. Shields are quite good. I wanted to compare them with the old wooden shields. So they have 6 less durability, but 5 more range defense. And they have the same, like, the same fatigue. So interesting. I think it's probably worth it to use the... I went to try and say that and messed that up. Adarga shields. Hopefully that's how you say that. A light wooden shield with a metal frame covered in leather, right? Adarga shields. So, yeah, to me these are solid. I think I would sacrifice 6 durability. For the most part, most enemies don't go for your shields. And if they do, you're almost happy that they do. Because it means they're not trying to chop you to pieces. So here we've got Striker. Let's level him up. It's really early to say what type of brother he's going to be. He could be an amazing two-handed bro, based on his stats and his particular stars. His melee defense being so naturally high means he could get away without using a shield, right? His melee skill will be so high that his odds of missing, because most melee weapons that are two-handed, you only get 1 shot. And if you miss it, you're pretty damn screwed. So him having really high melee skill, that's very important. And then him having good fatigue to just take those big heavy swings. He might be our like two-handed scimitar user if I can get him to that point. So I don't want to give him, my point being, I don't want to give him any of these perks that are going to be somewhat useless with that in mind. So what do we go for? Perhaps rotation. Steel Brow is fine. Quick Hands could be good if we want to go that route. Of using lots of throwing weapons and grenades and stuff. 9 lives is okay. There's something to be said for that. I do like fast adaptation plus executioner. I think it's very good against everything we're likely to fight in the south. It doesn't do anything versus the undead, sadly, and several other enemy types as well. But here, yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I think rotation on every brother is probably really good. I think Pathfinder on every brother can be really good. I'm not a fan of Recover. I've talked about that many, many times. Adrenaline, I think, is quite good in the right hands. I've made a lot of big clutch plays with Adrenaline, being able to get that that first blow. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure on what it should do. I think I'm just going to go with rotation, though. I'm curious what you guys would do in this situation. Like I said, 9 lives is pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with rotation here. And be happy about it, actually. And then let's see what his stats are, what they shake out to be. So, seeing a big 4 in fatigue, that feels great. This is honestly a very low roll for his melee skill. It may still be worth it to take. I'm going to take the 3 in melee defense. And I think I'm going to take his like high natural 4 over his really low, like unnaturally low 3. And we're going to get him up to, I think, 81 HP, and that's a much safer place as far as I'm concerned, especially for a two-hander. And then we may not pump his HP too much more unless we get really bad rolls. So this is Brown. Brown is going to be our sergeant. I have almost no doubt about that. So because of that, let's build him as such, and let's just go ahead and pull the trigger on Rally the Troops. And now we have a way to call back brothers if they begin to fail in the face of danger. So, man, I think we just go 4-4-4 here. Those were great rolls on defense. And, oh, nope, wrong button. Okay, but really terrible rolls on his melee skill. I'd like to see that get better. If not, he's probably going to be stuck using a sword to give him an increased chance to hit. A sword or a spear, something like that. I don't mind either. I love all of those weapons. But, when the melee skill is low, but the character is just too good to throw away, I would do something like this. But I think the heavy Southern Mace is just a significantly better weapon than the Saif. And then we've also got Kane here, who likewise, he is almost certainly going to be a one-hander. Maybe a shield, maybe not. We'll see how that goes. He might be someone that I use with quick hands to like use throwing weapons or something. Could easily get his range skill up to like 55 or something like that and just kind of leave it there. Let's grab rotation. I think that's valuable. And then he also is someone who kind of suffers from low resolve, so we might pump that. Let's go for, once again, a pretty unnaturally low roll here for both of these two stats, which are the ones I'm really keen to take. I think I'm going to ignore fatigue for one level here just because that's a 3. I may go for one more big 4 resolve. I think I don't want to pass up a 3 melee skill at this point on him. And I think I will take this set of hit points over that low melee defense roll, because it's going to be easy for us to get him over 20. Alright. Okay, so we're very beat up. It's going to take 30 tools to repair. So we need to be careful. We don't really want to run into anybody anymore. I would like to find stuff. And zoom in a little bit here. But we're just going through the desert on a horse with no name. Oh yeah, something else I noticed. Check this out. Free seat. I think it's because we reached recognized status with our renown. So let's go ahead and unlock that. I totally forgot. I wanted to make sure that I showed this to you guys. There's space here to add another non-combat follower to your company. So let's click on that and see what we have access to. So we're going to look in a second here and see what all there is. We can go down that list. And we're not going to go super in-depth just because it would take forever. But for right now, what is available to us is the Scavenger. So whether the son of one of your men or an urchin you took pity on, the Scavenger pulls his weight by collecting bits and pieces from every battlefield. He recovers a part of all ammo you use during battle, which is great. We don't really need that yet, but it could be. And recovers tools and supplies from every armor destroyed by you during battle. And the requirements were to have a heart. I don't remember. Did we do something good to deserve this? I'm not 100% sure. But we've got the cook, and I'm just going to click on them kind of quickly. Makes all provisions last 3 extra days and increases hit point healing. I like that. And that's very easy to unlock, and she's also not that expensive. Oh, we can make this happen. We can make that happen quickly. We also have the minstrel. We have to go everywhere. Makes you earn more renown, probably the main thing. Alchemist. We have to craft a lot of things at the taxidermist. Raid 4 caravans. I do like to do that. Makes you see the position of some caravans at all times, and even if outside your sight radius. That's kind of cool. Where were you when I was doing my Warriors of the North campaign? I have to have discovered a legendary location, and I can unlock the cartographer. Pays you between 100 and 400 crowns for every location you discover on your own. Oh, we gotta rush this. The further away from civilization, the more you're paid. Legendary locations pay double. Oh, we've got to find something, and we've got to get the cartographer on board. He's gonna pay for himself so easily. Same as the scavenger will, for sure. But the sooner we find the cartographer, the better, because it's not like we're gonna fight every location. But it's an incentive to clear the map every time you find something, to actually take the fight, clear it, that way something else can spawn. Increase your sight radius, the lookout. We have to discover 10 locations. And reveals extended information about footprints. That's pretty cool. We got the scout here. Prevents sickness and accidents due to terrain and makes us travel 15% faster on any terrain. This one's pretty easy to get too. Win 5 battles against beasts. We're actually almost there. Had 5 items repaired at a town smith. Increases repair speed by 33%. Interesting. Negotiator. Complete 15 contracts. Allows for more rounds of contract negotiations with your potential employers before they abort. And without any hit to relations. That's cool. I don't know if I would pay 3 grand for that. But the sooner you get this, the sooner you can make it pay for itself. You know, you can haggle and get better prices. The quartermaster. Increases the amount of ammo you can carry. And medical supplies and tools you can carry. The recruiter We're probably not going to get him this playthrough, sadly. Just because we can only have 12 men. It'll take us the whole playthrough to get that. Retired a man with a permanent injury. Makes you gain more experience at level 1 and then kind of tapers off as you level. Paymaster. Reduces the daily wage of each man by 15%. Reduces the chance of desertion by 50% and prevents men demanding more pay in events. That's cool. You have to have a roster of 16 men. We'll never have that, so we can't ever unlock that, sadly. It's closed to us. We have the Surgeon. Yeah, I was pretty right about how long this would take. Makes every man without a permanent injury guaranteed to survive an otherwise fatal blow. Makes every injury take 1 less day to heal. That's kind of cool. Trader sold 25 trade goods. Increases the amount of trade goods for sale by 1 for each location that produces them, like salt near salt mines, etc. So it makes you a better trader. Agent reveals available contracts in the tooltip of settlements no matter where you are. That is cool. Makes good relations with any faction decay slower and bad relations recover faster. We could have used that in our Warriors of the North campaign as well. People hated us, man. And we just have to have allied relations. That's not that hard to do. We can do that. And then the Bounty Hunter significantly increases the chance of encountering champions. I want this. And pays between 300 and 750 crowns for every champion slain. We're going to end up with this guy at some point. And all you have to do is get 3 legendary items in your possession, which we can 100% do. So right now we can't, of course, afford the Scavenger. I think we're going to get him if we can. Oh, look what we found, the Oracle. The remains of a temple that once housed an oracle in an age-long past. Although ruined now, people still flock to it and have visions of things that will come to pass. You know what? For me, this is like an easy save game. I don't know what's going to happen here. Let's save it in our... I like to have multiple saves in case something happens. I've lost, like, ridiculous amounts of progress before. Let's go in here and see what this is all about. Probably a lot of reading. Venturing into the vestibule of the ancient oracle is like stepping into someone else's dream. Men and women listlessly shift around its pillars. The timid scratch of shoes across stone faintly filling the air, and day or night the architectural curvature brings a pale and somber shadow to its strange halls as though it were permitted eternity beneath the moon herself. What a beautiful sentence. People of all religions come to the oracle with a shared sense of awe. Nobody knows which priestly being once dwelled there, nor what clerical colors they donned. Despite these mysteries, many believe that by sleeping inside the oracle, one can harness visions of their own future. An admirable faith to have, though you find it ironic these ethereal meanings must be sought by using the faithful's hands and feet to get there. For now, an impoverished and clustered tent city has glommed onto the oracle's edges. It is a decrepit end for those who have so buoyed themselves to hope they've made themselves refugees of reality. That's kind of dark, but I also kind of love it. I'm going to very quickly, let me Google something. There was a quote in the real oracle of Delphi. There was a quote. I think it was inscribed above the door. Let me see what it says. Was it just know thyself? I think it was. Over the entrance to the temple at Delphi was a famous inscription, know thyself. Which is ironic, because it's basically like, we're here to scam you, and you're coming in here asking questions that you are probably capable of answering yourself. Our fate will lead us here again in time. I don't think that counts as a famed location, though I kind of wish it did. Or a legendary location. I was kind of hoping to cheese it that way. I know there are 3 of these types of locations that we're going to have to control for the Holy War. Okay, we found something. We still have some injury. Scorched ruins. We're okay to fight at night, because we're not relying that well on range tools, although it may make our fire lance that much worse. We're fighting 9 enemies. Let's just wait and see if they'll reveal themselves. We could be a bit outclassed here. We're definitely outnumbered. Okay, they've got slings, so we're going to have to step forward. Let's step forward a little bit at a time. There we go. Okay, at the very least, I mean, this is a even more dangerous battle than the one we recently did. But at the very least, I'm not seeing any higher tier guys. They're all just cutthroats. Ooh, they've got rotation. Okay, well, that makes this worse. But if we can just get the kill train rolling. Pocket sand. Let's just hope to land our lance. This is a 4-man surround. This is not what we want to see. And they also didn't give me a good line of sight for it, so I'm actually going to hold it. That's what I'm talking about. This guy's shield wall is going to mess us up a little bit. We might want a shield wall with Kane. He's already a bit battered, and now he's in a 3-man surround. Or we could get greedy. And I got super greedy. After I missed the first one, I should have put the shield up. 100%. I think I'm overestimating how much damage that dagger can do. Just got to go for the high percentage plays. I'm sad he's routing because I would like to... Oh my god, we're going to lose him. That might be a reload, honestly. We're not going to lose gladiators to goofy fights like this. But we could easily... Yeah, let's just reload it. I hate to do it, but we're too far in. I'm not going to lose a guy to a battle like that. I'd still like to take the fight, though, and I think we can do better. I'm overestimating their defensive abilities. My problem is I'm looking at him, Kane, and I'm kind of thinking like he's Brown. He's just like Brown Bear. I'm just going to call him Brown Bear. But he's not. His armor is barely better than Oz's armor. He just is lucky enough to have a good helmet and good stats. So we already know we have to step forward. So let's step forward 2. And we were also unlucky with our positioning on Oz. Oh, look at this. So they have their little like formation, which actually favors us. Them trying to like spear wall us out is whatever. I mean, these are low tier guys with slings. There really shouldn't be any way they hit me. And they hit me. That's hubris for you. But the odds of that happening are pretty low. It's nighttime. We're far away. They're low tier units. They're using slings. This is perfect. This is what we want. Absolutely what we want. We're doing good. And now we have a good series of targets. As long as he doesn't move, we have good targets for the lance. He hit his guy in the back. Nice. And we just got to not be scared to be a little more defensive. Especially if the kills aren't coming quickly. Alright, we're freaking him out a little bit. He tried to stun me and he didn't get it. Yeah. The thing is, they went double shield wall and it's nighttime. So I think that's really affecting our ability to get these types of kills. Alright, it's become dangerous again. Wow, 2 shots. Okay. That's what we need. We need to break these guys. So I'm going to try and be more aggressive. If that wouldn't have happened and it wouldn't have sent that kind of like shockwave through them, that sucked. I would not be aggressive here. I would try to be more defensive, I think. But I think if we could just get 1 or 2 more kills, we can like bully them out of this fight. Okay, we could take that hit. We can afford that one. So bad. Well, I don't know why we're missing so much. I feel like we're missing kind of easy rolls. It's a 50% chance. I'm going to take it because it results in a kill. Perfect. Obviously, I don't want them to get away. Okay, now it might be time to shield up. We can leave the zone of control here because he's running. Position ourselves there. And I kind of just want to come here and support. Nah, we'll stay. We just have to accept the other guy is just going to get away. Surprised seeing his buddy beheaded didn't trigger a rout. Just hope he doesn't get some miraculous kill or something. But this is why we redid it, guys. We knew we could take this fight, and we did. Damn. Could have gone for like a push on him or something, but it's just not necessary. We had so much, and it's over. Alright, what do we get for our trouble? Oz leveled, that's fine. And we did get a Nomad Sling. So that's something we can hold on to until it's time to really use it. Anything else? These Nomad Maces are trash. They're not worth anything. And it's weird because they seem to be a better version of the bludgeon at least. We got spices. Okay, I just noticed we got 200 gold and some spices, so that's worth it. And this might trigger the ability to unlock the cook. Because we have all of these different foods now. Let's see. And then we also, of course, we did our ambition. That was the main reason why I wanted to take this fight. And I was hoping it was an easy one. It sounded like a good idea at the time, but tramping around the wilderness without a map or any destination in mind turned out to be quite a strenuous way to find riches, or even a battle. Your footsore band did eventually come upon a worthy target, though. And everyone had to agree the venture was worthwhile after all. Cain the Viper is almost glowing with satisfaction as he surveys the few remaining embers of the scorched ruins. They hadn't the merest clue we were coming, like wheat before our size, brothers. Striker the Lion raises an eyebrow. Speak for yourself. I am no farmer. Alright. So Oz has leveled. Oz, we are probably just going to go ahead and get him the standard brawny as well. Yeah, I'm looking at kind of like quick hands, rotation, all that type of stuff. Rotation he'll definitely want. Get him out of harm's way at some point. Get that 4 in range skill. We're going to take that 4 in resolve. And then I'm going to take... This will probably be the last time I pump... This will certainly be the last time I pump HP on him, I think. And just get him over that 71 HP threshold, and he's good. He's good to go now. We can focus on his other areas of weakness and make him better. Let's get on that mountaintop. Now, we took some hits here, which is why I'm going to go to... Don't make me say this name, please, but we're going to go there. We'll call it Gerbilfest. We're going to go to Gerbilfest, and we are going to resupply. We need tools. And can I... Not cheese this, but can I like... Oh, this is a good price. Sell that there. Can I, like, quickly get... Do I have bread? I don't. Let's buy beer, too. Maybe, well, we're 17 days. That's pretty good. There's a military cleaver here. That's a pretty amazing weapon if that was something we wanted to try and get for ourselves. So here's something we can do. We can look at the differences between the Nomad Sling and the regular Staff Sling. 35 to 50 damage. So already you're seeing a huge increase there. Same range of 6 tiles. 35 and 60 in terms of its armor. So it ignores 10% more armor. And it's just a little bit heavier. It's got 2 extra fatigue to it. So really not bad. Not bad at all. Let's sell our junk. We'll keep a few extra kind of hats around. And shields. We'll sell these Nomad Maces. We don't need them. Keep an extra spear. We don't really need that. I kind of want to hold on to one of these. Don't need the bludgeon. And I think that's good. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's what it was. Wasn't it 8? You had to have 8 different types of provisions in order to unlock the cook. So let's see if we can make that happen. I want to kind of stick to the southern aesthetic. So I don't really want to get a lot of northern weapons. It would be sweet to get a pike. Or a really early fighting spear for Brown. That would be pretty deadly in his hands. Or a noble sword or something like that. A man can dream. But let's see who they have for hire. Just to see. Like a hunter here would be pretty damn beautiful. And he's already leveled. He comes with a tier 2 bow. I want to look at my stash. I kind of feel like I want a hunter. I'm curious what you guys think, but there's no one really here to talk to. Hunters are great. If you can get one early, you know, their DPS output can be just as high as any, you know, high-level, well-equipped melee character. They can generate a ton of value, and it'll give me the benefit of drawing the enemies close to me and letting me play that kind of defensive turtle style play that I'm best at. His name is Geralf. I don't know what type of ranged backgrounds there are for the southern city-states, but I could see mixing in just a few of the northern backgrounds. I'm not going to get like 3 hunters, right? I'll get like 1 hunter. Maybe I'll pick up a hedge knight at some point or an adventurous noble. You know, some sort of kind of like cool... We can give them backstories like they went to the south to hunt new and strange beasts or something like that. Or adventurous noble went there to adventure. You know, crusade style. But let's read Geralf's background. I think I will pick him up. So early in his life, Geralf liked to traipse about the forest. When a rabid fox attacked him, he learned to take a bow. Okay. When a devilish eagle clawed his face, he learned to shoot it. Unfortunately, he is not nearly as good at cooking deer as he is at shooting them. A dinner consisting of undercooked meats poisoned his entire family. His desperation for a new life is understandable. Any outfit could use a deadeye such as this man. You're on the team. Don't bankrupt me, please. We need to get a contract soon, though, to make this worth it. I have to imagine a hunting bow is just strictly better than a nomad sling. There's just no way. Like, this is just... Got to be head and shoulders better. Give him the cap. We could give him something. We should give him something in his inventory, and it should probably be... This is only 4. Yeah, let's give him the Saif. But he's going to need better armor, 100%. And we might want to sell off some of our craftables, just because there's really no way we get a chance to craft anything really anytime soon. And to check out his stars here, seeing 2 stars in range skill, I actually expect that. So it's nice to see it. I'll also take a 4 here in resolve, because his resolve is pitiful. And I want to take a 4 in maximum fatigue, but I think we need to get his HP up just a little bit, so he's not someone who's going to get one shot. Did I click on the right thing? Yes, I think I did. I think he was at 51. Okay. And then we're going to get him Colossus, same deal. I like to have that on all my brothers. But then that's where the build for him will start to differ. I'm happy with that. And I want to hold on to this stuff just because I want to see what the... I want to have them in my inventory. That way I can see what the... what they unlock, right? But these are common. I mean, I'm going to fight hyenas. I'm going to fight serpents. I'm going to fight, you know, Nagzurhers. I can afford to sell all this stuff and be just fine. I do want to rename Geralf, though. So let me pull up my my list of names real quick. Let's see. Someone had a good name. Okay, can't go with Asgot the Red Shield. Dude's got to have a sword. Okay, let's see. There was a name that I saw that I really liked. Okay, here we go. This is for Al Gore. Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Richter. This kind of is fitting, I think, for an archer. This is kind of a cool archer name. Night Star. Richter Night Star. A hunter, you know, it's kind of got this outdoorsy thing going for it. I like it. I like it a lot. I would also like to buy another quiver. I don't really want to spend too much money, but I think having the double quiver is important. And now I think we have to get a contract. So let's head back here. That way at the very least we know we're going to get an arena. It's a new day. 7 nomads. Our equipment's a little busted. We just beat 9, right? Can we not beat 7? We've got a new hunter. If they want to fight, let's fight them. Wish me luck. We can always, if I mess up real bad, we can always do what we got to do. I would love to get this guy on high ground. Let's pass. They're going to get closer. They have to. So we're going to get a much better shot. There's no point in shooting right away. Yeah, we step up. Alright, that sucked, but it was still the right move. Very good. And then let's go for that. God, that's so much damage against these lightly armored dudes. And start freaking them out. And then we're going to get up on the high ground first. I think that's the most important thing. And one guy bites the dust. Fire Lance, man. I love the fact that it's even better than a normal spear. That shocked me. I thought it was either going to be worse or the same. The fact that it has just slightly better stats is really good. And they're trying to encircle me so they can get to Richter. Which they're probably going to be able to do. Unless I can just clean this mess up. But we're missing kind of a lot of shots. Okay, but now's our chance. Put a little damage on these guys. Maybe freak them out. That's what I was hoping for. And they're going to step in on Richter, and that's fine. We'll pull out his sword. And he'll have help in just a second. I don't... So here's the thing. Striker will be more offensively viable if I switch them. But Richter will be more defensively vulnerable if I switch them. So it's kind of a weird thing. I think I switch them. And then we might have a chance to switch again. Come down here so we can have this extra surround. Yeah, okay. Sadly on Brown, because we took Rally, we don't yet have... Let's go for the stun. Beautiful. On the high ground, we landed the stun. But we don't yet have the rotation on him. And because he's running, we're free to use our range. We probably still should have switched. It wasn't worth the 2 ammunition. We're going to run him down. And we'll just clean this up nicely. Well done. We can see how much damage they dealt. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. We just picked this guy up and he's already doing decent damage. In a battle where we really couldn't even protect him to let him do maximum damage. And for our trouble, we got a bunch of trash. 122 crowns and this tools and supplies enough to cover what we lost. We picked up enough ammo to cover what we lost in ammo. That was a net gain, for sure. And experience, too. You know, it's not nothing. Let's take a look at our retinue and see if we unlocked the cook. Hell yeah, we did. Alright, so just being aware of what the requirements were allowed us to kind of make some progress here. She is quite expensive, but I think we made the right call by picking up the hunter. I think that was a right move. It was a big kind of technological advancement. It made it so that the AI has to play differently with us now. These city-states are freaking well protected. This has a barracks and it has a lookout tower right next to each other. Okay, so we're going to want to be a bit careful about this upcoming... I don't remember if we're on our 4th or 5th as of right now. Arena fight, that is. So we're going to want to be a little bit aware of that. Sell off the junk. Anything new? Light Southern Mace. We have a heavy one of those. Ah, would love to get this Southern Mail shirt. It seems like a pretty good price for like a base. It's basically like a basic mail. That's what, I mean, that's really what it is. And it also looks cool. I love the design. We're going to try and get that, but we're going to have to sell some stuff. I want to hold on to the Nomad Sling on the off chance I get a chance to use it. I could obviously sell some stuff, but if we're going to go into the arena, we're going to make some money, so I don't have to be scared, you know what I mean, to go broke, but I need to be aware of the fact that there's always a possibility that I could become broke. We're just going to check to see if there's anything new and cool in here that we haven't seen yet. The Quaddle Dagger. Is that, what are we rocking? What is this thing? Yeah, it's the Quaddle Dagger. Is there a tier, like a tier higher than this of the same dagger? I don't know, but we'll be on the lookout for it. Alright, let's check out the arena and see if it's the same deal. It seems to be. We're fighting against 2 gladiators. I mean, obviously we still have the advantage. We don't have nets anymore. And my big worry is that we're currently a little bit injured. Or at the very least we need to like recover a bit. We're going to take this fight. We're going to probably save the game. Let's heal up. Recover a bit. The arena still goes on at night, does it not? It doesn't. Oh, I done messed up then. Okay, that's alright. We can afford to wait. You feel good today, ready to lead the Glorious Three through any challenge to come. You gather the men around, kicking Brown the Bear to his feet and telling Kane the Viper to finish scraping away the hairs on his neck later. When their muttering has subsided, you start to address them. What do you tell the men the company will do? Alright, there are cooks, scouts, and many more who can support us in the battlefield. We'll hire one that suits our needs. We're going to do that soon for sure. Defeat 5 packs of beasts in battle, such as dire wolves and such. Your renown will increase, which means, okay, we know what that means. No special reward. Let's trade, buy and sell 25 trade goods. I like these new little missions for us. And then for us to make a battle standard, that's something we certainly want to do. Yeah, I mean, we do want to get our banner as soon as possible. Yeah, let's prioritize that. And we gotta wait till daytime. We learned something new, right? We learned that you can't do gladiator stuff at daytime. Let's go ahead. While marching down the road, you find a man with a broken cart. Okay, we've seen this a million times. What do we decide to do? Let's help him get his stuff on his cart. This always happens. You get hurt, but we got some supplies. Sprained our ankle. Feel free to read this, pause it and read it if you'd like, but I've probably read it like a million times. Let's save the game. This is kind of experimental for us. I want to save the game and see if the gladiator fight is the fight that's like the 5th fight. Or not, right? And luckily the person who sprained his ankle was actually Richter, which is, I'm assuming, how you would like me to pronounce that. Let's also switch that for the purposes of the battle. Yes, very good. Let's give the crowd something to cheer for. He's got a fighting axe. Ugh. Okay. We're going to single one guy out and focus him. And we're also going to wait until we get the surround. That way our chance to hit is higher. We went for the stun. Man, that was not good. And we get netted. Yeah, he's bringing the pro strats and we just whiffed on everything. Let's break free. Let's pass and go for the stun again. Damn. Okay, footwork, and he broke my shield, which I'm assuming stays broken. That was a sick move with the footwork. He stacked Overwhelm on me as well. Let's knock him back. Thank God he's missing with that fighting axe, because now we don't even have a shield to help us protect ourselves. Oh, this is so dangerous. We've missed a ton. Like, I'm not going to feel bad if we lose someone and have to reload this, because the amount that we've missed is kind of insane. Maybe it's proportional. Yeah, we're just going to reload this. I think we can win that, right? They've got great weapons. I always say this whenever I have to reload. It's like, I'm not looking for an unfair fight. I'm looking for, like, standard rules. I think our strategy was still good. We get the 3-man surround. And then we start trying for hits, right? 39%, we miss. We land something. They both have the good armor with the good attachments. You know, and maybe we take this fight a bunch of times and they just wreck me every time. But I gotta feel like we really have a shot here. I don't think it's greedy to go for the stun. I think it's necessary. It's going to make the dagger better. And we landed both of those. Alright. Overwhelm's going to lower our stats. It's going to make it even harder for us to hit. There's no armor left, but we hit him in the head. He broke our shield once again. Like, we're focusing the right guy. This dude has a shield. And now we're, like, in trouble. Tried to push him away so I could escape, because we don't have footwork yet. Damn, this is a tough battle. I'm wondering if we should just pass on this. And this is why we saved the game beforehand, because we're doing something for the first time. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. We're doing this for the first time, and I need to be able to gauge this for future runs and stuff. Like, is this a fight that's even worth taking at our current level? Like, as if these brothers were a little bit higher level with a little bit better gear, I think we could take those dudes pretty damn easily. And if we had nets still, we could play like the net meta. I don't think there are any nets in here. We could try and get fancy. We could do something like maybe try out the Fire Lance. On who, though? Probably whoever has the best range skill. And then we'll change here to the Scimitar, just because it gives him a better chance to hit with the plus 10%. I think this might be the move. Let's try it again. Let's try it at least one more time. Because I think we get something good for doing this. Huh. I could line this up. I could lock them both down. Is it worth it? I think so. Pass. Step in here. Missed the stun. Damn. And he totally messed everything up with his footwork. That's okay. Just give it to him and we whiff. God dang. Oh, we're done. I'm not gonna waste you guys' time. We're never gonna waste time here. Let's load the autosave and we're gonna wait, is the autosave locking us into the fight? No. How do I... Oh, okay. So we're gonna have to load from the actual save. Otherwise, we're gonna have to cancel the contract, and we don't want to have to cancel the contract. That's not good. So we know what the fight looks like now. That's a pretty damn scary fight. Their stats have got to be really high, and ours at this point are still just a little bit too low. And he wants us to travel to Ottendorf, which is fine with me. Let's not haggle. We don't want to mess up our relationship here. Let's just get this stuff and go to a city that'll probably have contracts for us. And if we take a fight along the way, that's fine. We've not wasted, but we spent some time here. I'm not going to take the road. We're going to take advantage of this opportunity to scout this like area here. Oh, hell no. A plethora of auxiliaries. That's a lot of auxiliaries. We don't have the weapons to really smash through them quickly. And then necrosavants, like teleporting vampires, are way outside of our wheelhouse at this point. I was wondering if these tiles act as like mountains. And I don't think they do. But mountains act as mountains. The ancient city. Let's go see that. Once a thriving city now, but ruins covered in ash, a fallen metropolis with many names, it has become an object of cultural and religious pride for North and South alike. I think it's going to be just, once again, another one of these like the Oracle. But we'll still take the time and we'll read it. I'll still save the game just in case there's some, you know... for all I know, guys, that is like Goblin City. Like, I don't know yet. So we're going to take a second and read it together. Empire's End, Metropolis of Ash, the Annihilation. Whatever its name, the ancient city is now a vast gray ruin. It sits beneath a mountain missing a peak, its once glorious shape obliterated in an enormous eruption. The explosion hit with such violence that shockwaves unfurled cobbled streets and sent the bricks showering over the city proper. Enormous granite boulders cratered neighborhoods whole, and boiling debris vaporized all in its way. The flow of lava came last, smoldering much of the city in a black sludge, the edges of which pillowed and towed in bulbous contours until it looked as though a cloud of black smoke had solidified. It is a horrid sight to behold, in part because the earthen rage also captured many victims in perpetuity. Gray casts of ancient humans still stand to this day, posed in manners most lively, like pairs shaking hands, one looking over a stove, another petting a dog. Of course, it is wholly within man's nature to see such relics of destruction, and distant as they are from its reality, flock to its remains, and vicariously revivify, it's like V for Vendetta up in here, the violence through means of faith. Followers of the Guilders see it as a warning to not fall for profligacy? I don't know that word. Profligacy and greed. Northerners see it as a clash between old gods, a rarity since the dawn of man. One faith or the other. Both reside here in mutual respect for those whose lives were lost. Respectful for now, at least. Our fate will lead us here again in time. So it's good to at least know where these locations are in the future. Because once again, we're playing with the Shroud of War, the Fog of War, so we can't actually see where everything is. And it's good to know. Alright, let's get our 222 crowns. Hopefully, I was going to say that there's a contract here. And they don't have missing persons here this time. The prices to sell are pitiful. Still nobody to recruit. Give me a contract, buddy. Let's see. 360 crowns. Hunt down what terrorizes them. We can do this. Hopefully, maybe some wolves. We can get some pelts. And just give us something different to fight, you know. I like a little variety. 6 Nagzers. Okay. As long as none of them are really upgraded. Or in, you know, tier 3 or whatever, we're fine. If they're all tier 1, yeah, we got this. No problem. No problem. And we're just going to hold our position. And we're not going to kill them, right? You want to damage them first. Let them come in and then you kill them. That way you can step over their corpses so that these little freaky cannibals don't grow stronger. And I want them to come in because I want their crafting ingredients. They have to come in. I've got the range superiority. Let's see what they do. See how they behave after I put another round in them, or at least attempt to. He was the best option to shoot. I could have passed, I suppose. But I didn't want to accidentally miss and kill one of the guys in the front. Was what I was thinking, if you were curious. Okay, we whiffed on him. This is what we didn't want to happen. But we can handle one of these guys. As long as we don't do that again, we'll be okay. Alright, good break. And that's going to let me step in. I'm going to do that just because it's hard to tell how these next several turns are going to shake out. So I want to make sure. Because when they eat, they also heal. And we really don't want them to heal. But we're going to get a great surround on this guy. Fade a few attacks, you know. There we go. 3-man surround. Soon to be a 4-man. Just take it home. Too easy, guys. And for our trouble, we get 3 jagged fangs and 3 horns, which I think is enough to make at least 1 necklace for ourselves. And we also got a level on Richter. So very good. I kind of like going quick hands. Well, I do. I really like going quick hands on my archers, and we will do that at some point. But let's get Colossus first. Make them a lot less squishy. We'll take that 4 there on range skill. I'll take the 3 on fatigue. I would like to get him better resolve, but we can do better than a 2 roll. And I'm actually going to take 3 on melee skill, because he'll probably end up having some manner of polearm to use. Some 2-handed mace, something to that effect. And let's return and get paid. I'll hold on to those crafting ingredients as long as it makes sense. But once it stops making sense, we need the inventory space or we need the gold, we'll get rid of it. They like us a bit. The prices here aren't terrible. But we're, for the moment, a tiny bit stranded. Let's go through... We don't have a ton of money to explore. This is sort of sketchy. But I have a feeling, because of the direction that I can see of this road, that if we just come up through here, we'll hit another road. And we should be able to find another location. I was planning on getting on the top of this mountain for a second. But it turned nighttime right as we were going to do that. So our visibility from that move is a little bit lower. Some swamp here. Yeah, and just like that, we find some road. Let's come up. I wanted to kind of stay in the south, but we do need opportunities to make money. And unfortunately, it's yet another fortified area that we can't make any cash off of. Just briefly check out what they have. Of course, they have dogs for hire. You can get a Houndmaster here. Yeah, I think we're stuck going north for now. Until we can find the next city. Because we have to get paid. Our gladiators need all the ice that we can put around their neck. We could have gone north. I would like to kind of keep it... Oh, God. If we join forces with the traders, before they all get massacred, we might have a chance, but it looks like they're getting massacred. So, we're going to do our best. Was this stupid? Perhaps. But if we pull it off, we'll be legends. They didn't lose anyone in that fight, and I don't know if those traders are actually going to help me. But if we can, yeah, if we can get them to trickle in like this, I think we can just snap them off. Do it, Caravan Hand. I believe. If we can get maybe 2 of them before having to even think about fighting the Berserker, we have a shot of really making this happen. We just need them to hold out just for a little bit. Come on, buddies. Hell yeah, put that damage on them. We take out the scaredy cats. Damn. You know what? That's an unexpected negative here. Them getting all these kills is really going to pump them up. So when we face them, they'll be a little bit stronger than they otherwise perhaps would be. We're going to take this high ground from him. We gotta just take him down. Can't spear wall with this, sadly, because a spear wall here would be amazing. Let's get in there. They're slaying the donkeys, and they're landing the stuns on me. Alright, show me what you got. Please miss. Damn. I think we can get him. We knocked off his confidence. Alright, man down. I don't want them to get on Oz. That's the big thing. This is such a pointless fight, guys. It's my pride. And I love fighting orcs. They're like my favorite groups to fight. I wanna blast this guy with the ignite, but I think we're just gonna hold here. We are bleeding. They're both in like immaculate shape, which is a little scary. That's what I was scared of, that exact thing. We'll stun him, hopefully, and we did. Just go for some stabs, I guess. If we can break them, that would solve a lot of our problems. Ooh. Trying to be tricksy. I mean, we're hurting the hell out of him. We really wanted that to land. Thankfully, he wasn't faster than us. So the odds of us being able to get this kill before he can do anything to us are pretty high. We'll wait. 45 versus... yeah, we'll take that all day. And a little bit of maneuvering, and we were able to make this a relatively safe fight. We got in there a tad too late to really get the benefits of... let's do that. To really get the benefits of having all of the caravan hands, they had already lost 2 guys by the time we got in. Victor is out of ammo. I'll give him more just because I still have to respect an orc on a high ground. I can try and push him off, but all we really need is, like, yeah. I mean, that was 4 out of 4. We didn't quite need 4 out of 4. But we just needed some attacks to land to be fine. And that's enough tools to cover our repair costs. And all of these big, heavy orc weapons, like the head choppers, are worth quite a bit. We should probably repair that. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything from... nope, that's not what I meant to do. That's not what I meant to do either. Keep hitting the wrong. It's Alt. Alt. You gotta hold Alt and right click, and that's how you repair stuff in your inventory. It's just been a hot second for me. Yes, so... everyone's good, everyone's good. Let's try and find that next city and maybe sell some of the stuff we just picked up. Where there are trade caravans, there are cities. Oh my god, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist and directs you where to go. This is getting a bit out of hand. I would love to find a city. A traveler hails your party from the roadside. He said he's on his way to Gross Firth, but that he wouldn't mind a rest. The next question he has is an obvious one. He wonders if it'd be alright to stay with your party for the night. Yeah, go ahead, bud. You sit about a fire. Much talk is made about this or that, but the traveler does speak some words which reside within your mind long after he's gone. You ain't the only mercenary company out here. I'm sure you know that, and I don't mean to sound threatening, but I only wish to tell you something. A couple weeks past, some 2 or 3 companies of men standing like your own met at a crossroads, and apparently the path wasn't big enough for all of them, so they fought. If any survived, it wasn't enough to carry off those who didn't. I like your men. This is good. They is good people. But please do be careful out there. Killing raiders and brigands and the gods knows what else isn't the only thing you'll be doing. You kill in a market of competitors, sellsword. We'll keep an eye out. Hungry hounds. I mean, that's another group. We're at least finding all the forks in the road. That way, when the time comes for us to find a new place, or to keep searching, we'll at least have an idea of where we can go. But guys, I think that's going to be it for today. This is a really bad place to sell stuff. We may have to take this. Hopefully, it's a traveling thing. Let's talk money. Drive off the brigands. We may be able to do this in the beginning of the next episode. Maybe not. I'll need some time to think about this. But that's going to be it for today. We need the money. So if I can do it, I have to. Otherwise, I mean, look where we are. We're totally stranded. Kind of in the middle of nowhere. I was expecting a bit of a closer city than this. What we really need to do is find the other city-states. That way we can bounce back and forth between them and kind of do what we want to do that way. I'd like to stay closer to the south, if at all possible. But guys, I'm Brett, channel's Goodtalk Gaming, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I just want to say one more time, I appreciate all your support. I'm happy to see all the friendly faces come back and stick with the show. But guys, take care, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one, like I said. Peace, y'all.